if I have seen further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants. Plato is my friend. Aristotle is my friend. But my greatest friend is truth. Yet one thing secures us whatever betide. The Scriptures assures us that the Lord will provide. Whence arises all that order and beauty we see in the world? To explain all nature is too difficult a task for any one man or even for any one age. 'Tis much better to do a little with certainty and leave the rest for others that come after than to explain all things by conjecture, without making sure of anything. Trials are medicines, which our gracious and wise physician prescribes, because we need them, and he proportions the frequency and weight of them to what the case requires. Let us trust his skill and thank him for his prescription. Tact is the art of making a point, without making an enemy. To myself, I am only a child playing on the beach, while vast oceans of truth lie undiscovered before me. Sir Isaac Newton was asked how he discovered the law of gravity. He replied, by thinking about it all the time. You have to make the rules, not follow them. He who thinks half-heartedly will not believe in God. But he who really thinks has to believe in God. Live your life as an exclamation, rather than an explanation. And to every action, there is always an equal and opposite or contrary reaction. What goes up must come down. If I have ever made any valuable discoveries, it has been due more to patient attention than to any other talent. A man may imagine things that are false, but he can only understand things that are true. No great discovery was ever made without a bold guess. Truth is ever to be found in the simplicity, and not in the multiplicity and confusion of things. Gravity explains the motions of the planets, but it cannot explain who sets the planets in motion. Tact is the knack of making a point, without making an enemy. Nature is pleased with simplicity, and nature is no dummy. I can calculate the motion of heavenly bodies, but not the madness of people. I do not know what I may appear to the world, but to myself I seem to have been only like a boy playing on the seashore, and diverting myself in now and then finding a smoother pebble or a prettier shell than ordinary, whilst the great ocean of truth lay all undiscovered before me. We are to admit no more causes of natural things than such as are both true and sufficient to explain their appearances. This most elegant system of the sun, planets, and comets could not have arisen without the design and dominion of an intelligent and powerful being. What we know is a drop. What we don't know is an ocean. If others would think as hard as I did, then they would get similar results. As a blind man has no idea of colors, so have we no idea of the manner by which the all-wise God perceives and understands all things. For I see not what there is desirable in public esteem. Were I able to acquire and maintain it, it would perhaps increase my acquaintance, the thing which I chiefly study to decline. A man may imagine things that are false, but he can only understand things that are true. For if the things be false, the apprehension of them is not understanding. If I have done great things, it's because I was standing in the closet of smart men, taking notes and then publishing their ideas as my own. In the absence of any other proof, the thumb alone would convince me of God's existence. To every action, there is always opposed an equal reaction. Truth is the offspring of silence and meditation. I keep the subject constantly before me, and wait till the first dawnings open slowly, by little and little, into a full and clear light. God, who gave animals self-motion, beyond our understanding, is without doubt able to implant other principles of motion in bodies, which we may understand as little. Some would readily grant this may be a spiritual one. Yet a mechanical one might be shown. Did not I think it better to pass it by? This principle of nature, being very remote from the conceptions of philosophers, I forbore to describe it in that book, lest I should be accounted an extravagant freak, and so prejudice my readers against all those things which were the main design of the book. I have studied these things. You have not.